making that ward mixed sex?
Given the hour, I shall be extremely brief. As a long-standing supporter of single-sex wards, single-sex provision, my lords, I raised the issue of the wording of Annex B and the status of the review of Annex B on committee. And, my lords, tonight I am attempting to continue to get answers, to try to get answers raised in correspondence with the Noble Lord the Minister, Lord Kamal, which I raised on committee and in that correspondence. My lords, it seems clear that the current review of Annex B is not the review promised by the Secretary of State, Sajid Javid, last August. And we've tried to get to the bottom of this in correspondence. I hope that the Minister, when she responds today, will be able to say exactly what the status of that review is. We've been informed that it's a scheduled, standard internal review, whatever that is, my lords, but there seem to be no terms of reference. There doesn't appear any analysis involved in how well the current provision of same-sex accommodation is working. The review hasn't been publicised internally. The review team is not independent. And the review seems largely to have been conducted behind closed doors, my lords. And at the very last moment, my lords, certain organisations which were recommended to be taken evidence from were indeed taken evidence from in a 1-hour Zoom session, my lords. And that was about it, my lords. So totally unsatisfactory form of review, taking evidence, and it seems to be moving in a particular direction, my lords, without any transparency at all. So, my lords, I very much hope that the Minister will be able to give us much more information about this review, what its purpose is, whether indeed it is the one that the Secretary of State promised. If it isn't, whether or not there will be terms of reference published publicly so that we can actually have a discussion about how those terms of reference should be formulated, my lords. I would say in passing that it is vital as part of this review that the government publish what its view about the legality of single-sex wards is, my lords. We've already had 2 interpretations of Schedule 3 of the Equality Act 2010. I tend to agree more with Lord Farmer's interpretation. Paragraphs 26, 27 and 28 seem to me to be utterly clear in permitting single-sex wards in the NHS, my lords. And I can't see how Lord Etherington has come to the conclusions that he has. But let's see what the Department of Health's interpretation is, my lords, and see whether Annex B really does conform to the Equality Act. Let's get down to the basics, my lords. It's really important. Finally, I would simply say it seems to me that there is no way that Annex B can conform to the Equality Act currently. The paragraph says non-binary individuals who do not identify as being male or female should also be asked discreetly about their preferences and allocated to the male or female ward according to their choice. Being non-binary is not a protected characteristic, my lords. So what on earth is it doing in Annex B?